Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Frame Fatales. We are having an all-woman, all-week marathon. We have with us Claireic, who is doing Tiny Toon Adventures for the NES. Hi, Claire.
Hello. Yep, I'm going to be running this any percent run of the 90s cartoon Tiny Toon Adventures, which I'm hoping plenty of other people here remember because it was awesome. It was kind of a precursor to Animaniacs, made by Steven Spielberg. And of course, this is just the awesome game made by Konami based on that show. And it's a very fun, fast-paced speedrun, and actually my first speedrun that I learned, so I'm looking forward to showing this off for you. So time will start when I press start from the title screen. So I'll count down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Right, so character select screen. We're going to be picking Plucky Duck for these first few worlds. And you'll see right away the main movement tech that I'm doing for this run is I go into a slide, and then mid-slide I jump out of it. The top speed of your slide is actually the fastest movement you can get in this game. By jumping out of the slide, like slide canceling in the middle of it, I'm able to maintain that speed as long as I'm not pressing any arrows, so I'm literally sliding then jumping through the stages. And Plucky is our character of choice, like for marathon safety and some of the other levels, and also because Plucky has the hover ability, which allows us to stay in the air longer and be a bit more precise with our jumps. Of course, coming up here, we have the first appearance of Elmira in this game, which Elmira is just a huge pain. Don't want to be caught by her because she will send you back to the world map and you have to start back from the first stage, whatever world you're on. Fortunately, she's not all that bright. Her AI is easy to manipulate, and I can just get her to do what I want her to. Alright, starting in 1-3, this is going to be the one clip that I do in the run. Let's see if I can get this first try. Got it. So gotta get into that wall and then make sure that I'm facing opposite the direction I want to go so I get pushed out through it. Saves about 13 seconds. So we're just about done with this haunted house in World 1. One thing you'll see me being careful with is my carrot count. I have 30 right now, which is a safe amount. What I don't want to do is go to the world map on a multiple of 11. That's bad, and I can show you why later, why multiple of 11 carrots is bad. Anyways, we just got our first boss down. We've collected key number 1 to access the rooms in Montana Max's mansion. Which, spoilers, is going to be the final stage. Now, one interesting thing about this game is Worlds 2, 3, and 4, if you sit on the character select screen long enough, it will suggest a character for you to take for it. So this world, Plucky is the suggested character, and for good reason, because these swimming controls as any other character are actually pretty horrible. And of course, second stage of this coming up here is the obligate underwater level. And yeah, like, Plucky just controls so much better than anyone else underwater. There's like no reason to use anyone else on the stage even casually. One of the things we will notice in this level is how generous hitboxes are in this game. Like, in general, the hitboxes actually tend to be a little bit shorter than the graphics. As you'll see, coming up here, I'll just brush across the top of that jellyfish without getting hurt. And since we're through the second stage of the world, we have to deal with Elmira again. So I'm going to put her over here in her corner. This is probably the scariest Elmira section. Because again, getting caught by Elmira equals back to the start of the world, which equals a couple minutes lost, so don't want to get caught. And to end off the second world, we have a pirate ship stage. Gonna be going for a one-tile slide off of this map. Not quite getting the setup for it. Timing on this is a bit tricky. Especially in marathons. There we go. And this is probably my favorite section of the run. This room here definitely shows off the high-speed nature of the speed run. Because I'm just gonna zoom through these rooms. Like, it looks super dangerous and super neat, but like I'm not gonna get hit, hopefully. Alright, just managed to avoid those anvils. This last mouse sometimes can snipe me with its anvil if it throws it at the wrong time. And of course, since we have a pirate ship, we've got to have a pirate boss. So in between each hit, we have to wait for this barrel to roll. We want to try to minimize the number of bounces that we get out of the barrel so that we can have the boss back on screen sooner. And he goes down in 3 hits just like any other boss in this game. Well, almost any other. There is one exception coming up. Right. This level is actually Dizzy Devil's world. However, we never used Dizzy Devil in the speedrun. Like, I'm sorry to disappoint any of the Dizzy Devil fans that may be watching, but he's just not useful at all in speedrunning this because he can't slide, can't run, so too slow.
What can he do?
He can spin. You see that PAL bar above the life counter? He's the only character that uses that on most levels. Underwater level, there is a tornado attack anyone can do. But anywhere else, only Dizzy Devil uses that power bar. Alright. Trickiest set of jumps in the game to get perfect, and going for backup strats here. Because timing on getting that skip is very tight. Alright, so coming up here, we're gonna see Elmira again, and as you remember, Elmira's not all that bright, so we should have an easy time getting away from here. We just want to go down here to where the door's gonna appear, and... uh-oh. Wait a second. Why did it start playing the stage clear music after we got caught? That doesn't normally happen. And we didn't go back to the world map, we went back to the character select screen, which is good, because I went for 3-3. That's actually a new trick that I found 3 months ago, of getting caught by Elmira on the door. Allows you to switch characters where you normally wouldn't be able to. This is the most useful spot I've seen it, because there's just a huge shortcut that only Furball can access in this level. So we'll get to see the first appearance of Furball in this run. Furball was my favorite character in this game as a kid, and he gets a fair amount of love in this speedrun. So if we come up here, we can get over this way, and this saves us having to go through this whole zigzagging back and forth section to get to the bottom of this area. And we've got the Wolverine for the next boss. I'm hoping for good RNG to get a quick kill on this. Unfortunately, good RNG that was not. He landed too close to the edge of the platform. Oh, come on, RNG, please. There we go, that's what I want. 2 and 3, triple bounce. Alright, World 4. This is the one that they suggest using Furball to beat. And I just accidentally picked Furball when I was meaning to pick Plucky. This ought to be interesting. may have to play a little bit careful here, because Furball is the faster strat for this stage. However, it's definitely a lot safer to use Plucky for a few of these areas. It's been a while since I practiced Furball strats, so I'm kind of having to improvise here a little bit. The boss of this world is definitely scary as Furball. Alright, let's see if I can get this first try here.
I feel
Nope,
the
missed.
strats would always be to use Furball, because the cats. Cats are always greater than... Okay, look, I like ducks. Cats are greater.
Cats are better.
I'm throwing extreme shade.
And my cat just came in here as I said that. Ooh,
He's like, oh, I heard you talking about me.
yeah. There we go, we're through that. That one, it is possible to bounce across those enemies and go fast through it as Furball. It's just really scary, and your timing has to be spot on to get it. So, Plucky Duck is definitely safer in this world. World Record Route does use Furball here, though, so going for World Record strats, I guess. And this is where Furball probably has the biggest advantage on the vertical level, since we can just climb up some of these walls and ignore some of the platforming that the game wants us to do. Don't want to get touched by Sweetie Bird. That's... Okay, super scary boss coming up here. We've got King Kong, also known as the King of RNG, because this boss can just be an RNG nightmare sometimes. So we don't hit the boss directly, instead we stomp on these minions that he drops, and every two that we stomp, one of the blocks that he's standing on will disappear. And sometimes, like, running this with Furball especially, you can get, like, just bad luck RNG and have him drop, like, two right on top of you. But he seems to be playing pretty nice. Yeah, he was playing nice today, that's good, always good. Right, there's World 4 done. Of course, I will want to be on Furball here for 5th World, Wacky Land. Wacky Land is just a single stage, and the game doesn't actually suggest any characters for this. This first screen of Wacky Land is the scariest one of it, for sure. Going for the riskier strat here, and trying to hit those platforms on a good cycle, which I got there. Like I said, that's one of the scariest screens in this run, the first section of Wacky Land. The rest of it goes pretty easily for me, so here I just gotta make sure I get the football hop. Gotta get that Go-Go Dodo doll. We have to collect all 5 of them in order to beat this world. Get a nice bounce off you to get that. This has my favorite enemies in the game, the Private Eyes. And we're done. We've united the parts of Go-Go Dodo, so once he pulls himself back together here, we will be granted the last key we're needing for the final stage. Of course, for this final stage, Furball gets to be the true hero of the run, and you'll see why coming up here. There's a section of this stage that's like really tricky, but Furball makes it kind of trivial, actually. This room is also a little bit scary. we have to do all this platforming in the dark. I'm using these pillars in the background to line up where I want to jump. Of course, we'll switch to furball here. Then we need to do these scary slides under spikes and the security guards. One of the biggest risks on this room is coming up from the slide too soon and getting hit by a guard. I've done that. I've lost a few runs to doing that, actually. So this room, we get money bags shot at us, which we're supposed to ride that platform, but we're just gonna climb up the wall here with some light taps of jump, and none of them will hit us.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So you said that Dizzy Devil is the only character who can't slide, but you need to slide in that room. Does that mean you can't? If you're playing as Dizzy Devil, you just can't get through it?
Yeah, that is a good question. Actually, Dizzy Devil's tornado attack makes him invincible to those spikes while he's in it, so that's how you circumnavigate it.
Gotcha.
I know I've done solo character runs of pretty much everyone in this game as a kid. This was one of my top 5 most played NES games.
Dizzy Devil %1?
I don't think Dizzy Devil's that fun to play. And time, by the way.
GG.
So we have beaten Montana Max, we have saved Babs Bunny.
Oh, this game doesn't remind me of anything.
No, nothing at all. And I always find it interesting how, like, Buster has this weird white outline on the screen that you get in this final cutscene.
Like he's a sticker.
Yeah, it's like he's not part of the scene or something, but anyways, with that run out the way, I'm going to show one more thing in this game. So remember earlier when I mentioned that multiples of 11 carats are bad in this game? I'm going to show you why that's bad. So these first 2 levels, I am going to play them pretty much like normally. I do want to actually make sure I end up with, I have 33 carats as the target amount I'm aiming for by the end of 1-2. So I am going to go a little bit more cautiously and make sure I map that. Nope. 31, okay. 32, just need to get one more and no more than one. Like, usually, like, it's rare that, like, I'll accidentally end a stage on a multiple of 11. I'm always watching for that, though. So since we have a multiple of 11 characters, the quickest way to get to the world map from here is just to get caught by Elmira. If you go to the world map when you have a multiple of 11 characters, we see a Star Destroyer come flying in, and we have to face a secret boss here. Duck Vader.
Okay, so you told me I would never want to do this. I disagree. Like 1,000%.
I mean, it's a time loss on the run, but it is a pretty unique boss battle in this game. A neat little reference if you're obvious for the Star Wars fans. I'm just getting a bad pattern from these stormtroopers. Oh my gosh. Stormtroopers that have guns that they never fire. And you're rewarded with 3 extra lives for beating that fight. But then again, it's a time loss, so we don't actually do it in a run normally. I just thought I'd show that little thing off. So anyways, that's my run of Tiny Toon Adventures. It's been a joy getting to show off this game for you, so thank you again, Liz, for hosting, and thank you to all the organizers and all the other ladies in this event that are helping to make this an awesome thing.
Of course, thank you so much, Claire. And thank you for your runs. Next up, we have Glitch Witch coming up for... Which is the first one she's doing? It's Dragon's Lair, I believe. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.